they talking real loud, spreading no lie, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping is swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In our heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading no lie, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping is swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In our heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's in.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah, and this is your Daily Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. And so before we get started, let's have a brief word from our sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts, and you can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so hello, Juju, G from the land, DJ Big Six is here, Dangerous is in the house, Mel, Buckhorse DC, Nessie X is here. All right, let's get into it. Shout out to all of my loyal royals. I see you just anticipate. Okay, shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen. I see you, Desmond, and a big shout out to my moderators for putting in work. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it because listen, now we heard some stuff about Diddy supposedly drinking on some prison wine, and then they came out and said that wasn't true. Well, now, okay, I don't know what to think because now they're coming back saying there's even more allegations about Diddy getting into some trouble. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, here is what the latest news is. They say how Sean Diddy Combs is spending his days in prison, including rug treatment at a chapel. Okay, so we already heard about that. We already heard about that earlier, but now they're saying that not only was Diddy drinking some wine, prison liquor, hooch, whatever you want to call it, They're also saying that Diddy had some more infractions, clearly, that he was talking on the phone and had somebody put him on three-way. Okay, so let's talk about it. So Combs' lawyers previously requested that he serve his 50-month prison sentence at New Jersey FCI Fort Dix because of the low security prison's drug treatment and rehabilitation program. Now, here's the thing. So earlier, when I told you all, I let you all hear what Lauren LaRosa said on the Breakfast Club about how they were denying it, his camp's denying it, and Justin was talking about it wasn't true, it was rumors, and how they said that Diddy had basically has to be tested for the RDAP program. Well, come to find out, he's probably not even in the program yet because it says that they don't put you in that immediately when you first get to prison. Okay. So he may not even be in it yet. So that means they may not even be testing him yet. And then this happened around his birthday. So that's what made me suspicious in the first place. Not to say that he did it or didn't, but also the phone call that they say that he was on when he violated and let them put someone on three-way, that was November the 3rd. And that was the day before his birthday. So anyway, they go on to say that he moved to the facility in the Garden State from the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn last month. Now, Combs is also working as a chaplain's assistant, considered one of the more desirable assignments at the Fort Dix prison. Okay, this is according to CBS News. Now, a former prison commissioner told the outlet that inmates typically maintain the chaplain's religious library, okay, clean their office, and help with some record keeping. Now, the chaplain's assistant also reportedly gets to work in a private office, okay, typically with air conditioning, and can have some of the food that chaplains bring in for religious services. Okay, so this sounds like what Fiddler wanted when he was on Roots. Remember how Fiddler, when Kunta Kinte was trying to tell Fiddler, that he needs to start speaking up for himself or whatnot, and Fiddler said, "Oh no." He was talking about how the master gave him liquor and let him sleep on the hay and all of that, and he was quite content. Okay, so anyway, they're basically saying this is one of the more desirable positions, okay, because it's air conditioned, you get to eat, good food and all of that, and pretty much be to yourself because you have your own little office to go to. So they say he works in the chapel library where he describes the environment as warm, respectful, and rewarding. Okay, that's what Engelmeyer, whoever that is, told CBS. That might be the spokesperson. Now, but Combs hasn't been on his best behavior during his time behind bars, they say. CBS News also reported that he allegedly got into trouble for participating in a prohibited three-way phone call on November the 3rd, just 4 days after he was transferred to the facility. Now that's just bad. That's just bad news. Diddy knows you can't be on three-way phone calls. We all know that. Even those of us who've never been to prison or jail, we know that you can't do it. Okay? So, or you're not supposed to. Combs reportedly called an unnamed woman to discuss arranging visitors for the weekend and suggested they bring 200 singles, despite prison regulations banning visitors from bringing in currency other than coins for the vending machines. Now, I don't know why he would have wanted them to bring in 200 singles. Were they about to have some strippers there? What's going on here, did he? I have several questions. The music mogul also allegedly said that he needed to speak with someone described as the digital person regarding the blogs. And when the woman asked if he should add that person or if she should add that person to the call, he replied yes. And so that's why he got in trouble for that, a three-way call. You just can't do that because they don't know if you're up to no good, trying to conspire to do something, trying to have something smuggled in. It's all kind of reasons why they don't want you doing that. Okay, not to mention it could be also considered stealing because you have to pay for those phone calls. And if you're getting someone on a three-way call, then you're getting a free phone call. Okay, with the second person, so the other party. So anyway, Combs later claimed to officials that he was speaking to his attorney and that she added the head of legal communications to the call so they could work on a statement for the New York Times. Okay, Combs denied that he was talking about blogs and insisted he did not receive the prison admission and orientation handbook that outlined the prison's phone call regulations. Diddy, you knew what the phone call regulations were because you already got in trouble when you were at the MDC for phone calls. Remember that? Remember I reported on that? How he was using other people's minutes and there was a little to do about that, if you all recall. And ignorance of the rules is no excuse, just like ignorance of the law is no excuse. So, according to CBS News, prison officials recommended that Combs lose 90 days of phone privileges and 90 days of commissary privileges, okay, for the rule breaking, though it's unclear if the penalties have gone into place. They say this is a serious offense that shows a disregard for the rules. That's what a source close to the investigation said. But Combs' publicist told the Post he participated in a routine and appropriate attorney-client privileged call that was initiated by his attorney. So that's what they're saying. The rep added to CBS News that it was a procedural call initiated by one of his attorneys and was protected under attorney-client privilege. There was nothing improper. Okay, well, we'll see. Okay, and they say that his only focus is on being the best, becoming the best version of himself and returning to his family. Well, I hope so, because this is all bad reports. Now, here's the thing, though, that I find interesting. If these reports are to be believed, and I'm not saying that they are, could be a little suspicious, only because the phone call and the alcohol was right around his birthday, November the 3rd. His birthday's the 4th or whatever. So the phone call was on the 3rd. I'm not sure when the alcohol was, but that was sometime around that time frame as well, from what's been reported. But with that all being said, how's all this stuff getting out? If these things are happening, who's leaking it to TMZ or other outlets or whatever? Somebody works there. Also, if these things are true, and again, I'm not saying they are, but if they are true, don't y'all think that somebody's snitching on him? If he was drinking that hooch, I'm sure he wouldn't have been drinking it by himself. Whoever else was drinking some, did they get into trouble too? I have questions. Okay. I have questions. Anyway, but let's continue. Now let's talk about this TikToker, this TikTok influencer by the name of Tea Time, who was doing a TikTok video when she hit someone and they died. This is very sad. And you all know that they have, guidelines on TikTok to where you're not supposed to be recording a TikTok while you're driving, and they have it in the algorithm or whatever, how they can tell if you're driving. So what people do is they try to be slick and they put up a green screen so that TikTok can't tell that there's motion, that they're in a moving vehicle. And so that's what she had done. But she hit this man. She was clearly distracted driving. Okay, absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. Like, sub, everyone, please like and share. Let's get into it. I mean, this man was on his way home from work. Okay, here we go. Why this TikToker accused of killing someone while driving and live streaming now wants your money? Yeah, because now she's asking for coins. So there's a reason why TikTok doesn't allow its users to live stream while driving. It's incredibly dangerous and takes the driver's attention away from the road. But using the app's green screen function can bypass that security measure. Okay, and after one popular TikToker allegedly did just that, she's accused of hitting and killing a pedestrian while streaming. And now she wants your help. I mean, it's the audacity of her for me. Now, it was Monday, November the 4th, in Zion, Illinois, a city about 65 miles north of Chicago, when a TikToker named Tea Time went live on the app as Tea Time, real name Tynesha. Okay, she was talking to her followers, and a screen recording captured Tea Time suddenly screaming, "Oh, F," after a loud thud was heard. And you heard a child in the back say, "What? Who was that?" Now, mind you, they're saying that these were her children in the car, but it's been said that these are her grandchildren, actually. Okay, so they say a small child asked twice, "What was that?" While someone on the live asked the content creator, "Are you okay?" After Time repeated expletives, she can be heard confessing on the live, "I just hit somebody. Call y'all right back." Call y'all right back? Really? After you hit somebody? So, according to local news station Fox 32, 59-year-old Darren Lucas was crossing Sheridan Road and 33rd Street when he was allegedly struck by Tanisha's car, captured during the live. Now, the Beach Park resident was transported to the hospital, but was later pronounced dead from blunt force injuries, according to the CBS News report. Police confirmed that Tanisha, the 43-year-old driver, of a 2015 Ford Edge, remained at the scene and called 911. And so, this is why some people were saying that she shouldn't be in trouble. She's still in trouble because she wasn't paying attention to what she was doing, and she cost this man his life. Okay, that's vehicular homicide. What are they talking about? Another thing is a lot of her fans on TikTok are mad and going in on people who are doing videos about it, talking crazy, going in on them, saying all sorts of disparaging things to people that are making TikToks about it. Here's the thing. She made TikToks about people. Everybody on TikTok makes TikToks about people. Okay. And if you do something that goes viral, of course, people are going to be talking about it. That's why it goes viral. So that's just all crazy to me. That's just all crazy to me. But that didn't stop her from making her TikTok account private and posting more content after her alleged accident claimed life. "Hey y'all," Tea Time allegedly said in a follow-up post, reportedly 3 days later. "Y'all already know me, right? So y'all already know if my mind." Hold on, I'm just gonna let y'all hear it. Okay, I'm just gonna let y'all hear. Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen. Like, so everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Know me, right? So y'all know if my mind isn't in full capacity, it's hard for me to host lives. So I won't really be here long. I won't be on live mm, until my mind is on full capacity. So just allow me that, y'all, because I want y'all to have want y'all to be able to have the part of me, you know what I'm saying, where, I'm not distracted or anything like that. Yeah, my cash app up there if y'all want to support while I'm on mental leave. I don't like asking y'all for shit. But if y'all find it in y'all heart, and y'all wanna support, my cash app is right there. I know. That's why I came on. I just want to tell y'all I will be okay. I am taking things one day at a time. I'm good, you guys. Nah, I ain't got no appetite. I'm gonna be okay. I ain't eating right now. Oh yes, Jen. I've been writing. I got a new album. Well, I got a new album series coming out. Well, with the stuff that y'all already heard, and I've been working on that. But I be listening to y'all. I see it's a lot of mess going on. I don't even want to dab in that. But you guys are more than welcome to come up and talk.
Now, do you all hear how she's just talking so cavalierly? She's just talking as if there's nothing wrong, as if she didn't just kill a whole person. Okay, she doesn't have any semblance of remorse. I mean, maybe she is sorry and just not expressing it in this video, but for her to come right back so soon after and then having the nerve to ask for money, if anything, she should have come on there, just in my opinion. Who am I to judge? I mean, well, the Bible does say judge righteously, and that's what I'm doing, in my opinion. She could have come back on there and said, I want to offer my sincere condolences to the family of the man whose life was lost in this tragic accident that I was involved in. And I'm so sorry that you all had to witness and hear that. That's what she could have said. And also, I've started a GoFundMe in an attempt to try to raise money, you know, for his family so they can pay for his funeral. That would have been nice. Rather than her getting on here and just being so caught up about herself, so concerned about herself, about her mental. What about his family's mental? Having lost a loved one near the holidays. Okay, this man may have had children, a wife, who knows? He was 59 years old. Okay, so I just have several questions as to why she sounds so hunky-dory on this darn audio that we're listening to.
Like I said, my Cash App up there. If y'all wanna pour something in, y'all more than welcome to do that. Like I said, I do not like asking y'all for shit. You been out the drama? I don't believe you. It's just definitely been overwhelming.
I know. I already know. But my comment was, I need all 200 of y'all to go right this second, leave out and go to T's first pinned post. Found we needed to go viral.
Yeah.
T needs this encouragement more than you know. As well, she needs the support more than you know. If you cannot contribute anything financially to her CA, that is the first step. But other than that, do you wanna play some music? You wanna hear some mess?
Yeah, you can tell me what's been going on.
Okay, so y'all heard that, right? I mean, not a care in the world. Not a care in the world. You took somebody's life and you're on here laughing days later. I would be mortified. Okay? I would be a whole train wreck. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. All right? Took a whole person's life and this is how she's acting? I mean, she doesn't seem to have any remorse whatsoever. Please pay attention. Mm, mm, mm. So we're going to get into what people are saying about her online. We're going to get into it. But before I do, let me go to Shador Sanders. Y'all know that's nephew. Now, Shador Sanders did something that I thought was really kind and considerate. He gifted a car to someone who was in need. Okay? This young man gifted a car to someone who was in need. Okay, so let's go to the video that he posted on Instagram. And I meant to tell you all about this a couple of days ago, but then we're going to go into what people are saying about tea time, okay, on the internet, specifically TikTok.
I was trying to give you a call earlier.
I'm so sorry, Shakur. I cannot believe I'm on the phone with Shakur.
Hello?
Hi, right?
How you doing, Miss Tori? This is Shador Sanders.
Hi, but Steve. Oh, I love your family. I'm sorry, though. I love your family.
Your kids nominated you to get this free car we giving out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now we definitely excited. And we definitely hear you're a hardworking woman. You know, we just want to help you out.
Yes, sir. Oh, God. Oh, I can cry.
Nah, don't cry. Don't cry. You ain't got to cry.
My engine blew out. My cry. I've been walking and doing freaking Ubering.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of you for sure.
Oh, God.
Are you able to meet us at the dealership tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got you. Yeah, well, now we'll help you get to the dealership. I'll put you in contact with the right people, and we'll be able to do everything the right way.
Sir.
Yeah, I just want to call you and.
Okay, so that was so generous of him. He sounds just like Dion, honey. Doesn't he sound just like Dion? When he said, no, don't cry now, he sounds just like Dion. That's hilarious. Okay, so anyway, I thought that was very nice and generous. The holidays are coming up. Okay. Helping others. Now, why did I show that? Well, I'm so glad you asked. You see, because shortly, first of all, I didn't want to forget because y'all know I forget in a heartbeat, okay? Because that wasn't something that I put in my agenda to talk about. I just thought of it. But here's the thing. I showed that because Shakur is giving, being so generous, and we have some of these pastors at mega churches who don't even want to help somebody in need. We're going to get into that, okay? But first, let's continue with this TikTok story because I find it all nefarious. All right, I find it all so nefarious, and this young lady should be ashamed of herself. But it didn't sound like she was ashamed at all. If you ask me, it didn't sound like she was ashamed at all. So let's go to the first video. See what the streets are saying.
That I have to use special words like unalive and pew pew to avoid getting strikes on my content, but people drive while filming TikToks and their account is fine? Absolutely not. Their account should get taken down. They should get flagged. That would deter y'all because the only thing y'all care about is likes, views, and followers. So get rid of your account. Lose your account so someone doesn't lose their life. Yes, this is inspired by that tea time woman who was live streaming on TikTok with her kids in the car and then hit someone and killed them. Not only have I seen that video circulating on TikTok way too many times, I'm seeing people make content about it who also film while driving. And I guess y'all feel like y'all have some sort of like moral high ground because she was live streaming and you're just regular making TikToks, but you don't. It's really fucking dangerous. There is no piece of content that is worth risking your life or the lives of any other person on the road or minding their own freaking business, trying to cross the street and get home to their family or go to work.
True. This is also true. And here's the thing. I wasn't sure exactly who the man is. Okay, I put his picture. His name is Darren Lucas. He's from Zion, Illinois. But the thing is, they have two pictures that they're showing online. They have two pictures. And it could be the same person, but to me, it just doesn't look like the same person. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the pictures. Hold on, and let you all be the judge, because this doesn't look like the same person. So I'm like, I don't know which one's which. So I just went with the first picture I saw. Okay, now y'all see this picture right here. Now let me know if these look like the same people. Hold on. Okay, now let me stop the share on this one. Well, here he is right here. I don't even have to pull it up. That's him right there. Does that look like the same person to you all? It doesn't look like the same person to me, although it could be. It just doesn't look like the same person to me, in my opinion. But, nonetheless, he was 59 years old. His name was Darren Lucas, and the poor man was coming home from work. Okay? Coming home from work. When out of nowhere, here she comes and plows into him because she's busy doing a TikTok, doing a whole panel discussion, they said. Doing a whole panel discussion. That's crazy.
Spoken out after killing someone while live streaming and driving, and you will not believe what she has to say.
I don't know. It was weird. Like, stop.
You okay?
Yeah, she was live streaming and driving at the same time, and get this, her kids were in the back seat. She was not paying attention and fatally hit a 59-year-old man, and 2 days later, she came back on live, and this is what she had to say. She started off by justifying her actions, saying she was paying attention to the live because she wants people to have the full part of her where she isn't distracted by other things. She then started victimizing herself by saying this is her job and she won't be back on live for a while until her mind is on full capacity. She then immediately pointed to her Cash App and started asking for donations while she is on mental leave. She said, "You know I don't like asking for stuff, but if you find it in your heart, my Cash App is right there." She then says, "Don't worry, I will be okay," and starts talking about her new hobbies and album that she's working on. There was not a single apology or remorse for the victim or his family. She was only talking about how she was doing, how this affected her, and started asking for donations. Rest in peace to Darren Lucas and prayers to his family. Let me know what you guys think.
Darn shame. Took that man's life and doesn't have an ounce of sympathy. Just going on about her regular day. Still doing live streams. Now, only thing she's done different is made her account private so people can't criticize her.
It's hard for me to host live. I won't really be here long. I won't be on live until my mind is on full capacity. So just allow me that, y'all. Support while I'm on.
You didn't have not an ounce of tremble in your voice, not a tear. Y'all have to be careful who y'all idolize and look up to on this app, because she was talking to her followers. They're in her live. This is who y'all look up to. People who don't take any accountability. And then she leaves her Cash App talking about, oh, if we want to donate this and this. Didn't say, hey, at least 50% of these proceeds are going to that family. I'm shocked. Thank you to the person that sent this to me, because it did not come across my FYP. But
She's not sorry. She's only sorry for the inconvenience that this is going to cause her in her life.
McCarthy, aka Tea Time. Yes, her identity has been released. Did you really think it wouldn't? So there's a lot of people that are extremely upset that Tea Time is a trending topic. Tea Time is the woman who ended a man's life by running him over while she was on TikTok Live. So imagine that, thinking that something that occurred, a man losing his life on TikTok Live by a TikTok creator, wasn't going to be a trending topic on TikTok. Thinking that you can control that narrative. You're not going to be able to control the narrative. Her full identity has been released. There will be many more videos about this. I'm going to continue talking about it as a true crime story. And you guys can't stop that, okay? This is for all the bullies that are like shaming people for talking about a man that was unalived on TikTok Live, talking about it on TikTok like we're not supposed to talk about it. Yeah, so I know Krishan Rock is lucky and happy that she has a break today, okay? This will continue to be a trending topic until people are no longer interested. It will pass like everything else on TikTok. She gets no special privileges, all right? All right.
I mean, what did she have to talk about that was that important that she couldn't wait until she got home? That's absolutely insane.
Start off by saying this. I'm a prison abolitionist, but the lady that kills that man while driving and live streaming on TikTok should be charged with negligent homicide and endangering the lives of children. And this isn't like the majority of cases we criminalize in the United States. This isn't somebody who made a mistake. This isn't criminalizing poverty. This is somebody who killed somebody while doing something objectively stupid. It's become so normal to film yourself while you drive or just use your phone while you drive. I don't know what needs to happen for people to stop doing that. Driving is the most dangerous thing we do throughout our lives. In the United States, it's responsible for the most deaths. People think just because you can legally start doing it when you're 15, 16, you're not doing something dangerous. You are pushing a 2-ton vehicle faster than anything can go that size practically. The fact that you're pushing this giant metal missile down the road with your kids in the back and not paying attention is stupid and criminal. This isn't something you can blame on anybody else. This is not a failure of the system. Everybody who drives a car knows exactly how dangerous it is. I will start off by saying this. I'm a prison abolitionist, but the lady that
And that was just all so careless, okay? And here's the thing. Now, they didn't arrest her at the scene. Some people were curious as to why she wasn't immediately arrested, even though the man died. Well, because they didn't know she was talking on the phone. Okay, they didn't know she was distracted driving. They didn't know she was doing a whole live stream, but they're going to find out. I'm sure they know by now. I'm sure they know by now, and all they have to do is to call TikTok, get in touch with TikTok and have them send the video footage. Okay, because she's made her page private, but they don't even have to do any of that because really they can just go on there and get it from somebody else because everybody's talking about it, just about almost everybody on TikTok. So, but the bottom line is, it's just for me that she didn't have any remorse, no sympathy at all whatsoever. Like it was just another walk in the park. Now, this lady right here is one of her supposed friends, I believe, talking about how she knows Tea Time and what a good person she is and whatnot. Well, she isn't that good of a person if she doesn't show any empathy and sympathy for someone whose life she took.
A mutual of mine. And one of the times when everybody was on this app going crazy, trying to cancel me, she allowed me to come on her live and clear my name and, just being very respectful to me. So I got to kind of talk to her one-on-one during that live and kind of gauge what kind of person she was outside of the messy talk stuff that she do. And overall, I feel like she's a good person. I don't think that she intended for this to happen, of course, right? But it did. And this is a very unfortunate situation. And I don't want to make my whole video about her. I want to talk about the situation itself, and rest in peace to Darren Lucas, right? Because ain't nobody really talking about him. We're talking about her, and enough to been said about the situation with her. She shouldn't have been on live streaming. She shouldn't have had her kids in that back seat. I don't like repeating the same stuff that everybody has said, which is the obvious stuff. But what really need to be talked about is the lesson that everybody need to learn from this incident, which is how quick your life can change in a second. Being Darren's life, I don't think that when he walked out that house that he thought that he was going to get hit by a car and lose his life from somebody on TikTok streaming. And I'm sure when she got in her car with her kids, even though it was very negligent for her to be in the car streaming, I don't think that she thought she'd hit somebody, right? Nobody ever thinks that these things will happen, but they do. And that's the reason why you shouldn't be doing it. She knew exactly what she was doing. That's the reason why she had the green screen up, because she know TikTok don't allow you to drive and be on stream for obvious reasons, this being the one. Now, you can't even record a video driving. They'll take your video down. So this is no fault of TikTok's, because they done everything they can to keep you from doing it, which you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. But the whole thing is just sad that so many lives have been ruined in a matter of seconds because of a poor decision being made. I talk about cause and effect all the time on here because I don't think y'all truly understand how serious cause and effect.
I don't know why she's sitting here trying to preach to them, talking about she don't think they know how serious cause and effect is. Girl, if they didn't know, I'm sure they know now. Okay? It seems like she wants to talk about everything other than the irresponsibility of her no good friend, or mutual, as she called her. Okay? Her mutual. But let's get into it, because this man right here went in on a whole rant because the people are trying to tell him not to talk about it, not to do videos about it. I told you, they're trying to go in on people because she has a lot of people on there, a lot of her following. And see, that's the thing. Some of these people, they will not hold people accountable as long as they like them. Okay? They will not hold them accountable, honey.
9-year-old Darren Lucas was struck by a vehicle in Zion, Illinois, by a TikToker who was on live with a full panel with her grandkids in the car, and people are not even saying the man's name, but yet they want to talk about this. Let me say this and be very clear. If something happens on the internet, people on the internet can absolutely talk about it. Regardless of whether they're getting views or not, stop being mad that your views aren't doing numbers. I digress. At 5:46 p.m., Darren Lucas, 59 years old, was struck by a vehicle that was being driven allegedly. And the only reason why I'm saying allegedly, because I haven't seen a police report nor a conclusive investigative report that links the creator Tea Time to this gentleman. Now, that's what the article says. I didn't say it. So until we see that conclusive report, we're just going to say what the article said. She was on live, and all you hear is do-do-do-do-do. Someone said, "What happened?" She said, "I hit somebody." She then cut the live off. People that are on TikTok, let's be very clear. In the terms of agreement, in the community guidelines, as well as on the live stream, you are not supposed to be on live while you're driving. Let's be very clear about that. However, people, including myself sometimes, put on the green screen and still do it. Now, admittingly, I will acknowledge, I will put my phone in my passenger seat until I get to where I'm going, just because I still want to stay on live and I don't want to get off. You know what I'm saying? Till I get to my destination.
No, I don't know what you're saying. Okay. Now, I like his nerve. Now, he's sitting here going in hard in the paint on this woman. But like the other content creator said, you have people who do the same thing that she did, now trying to pass judgments. But the Bible says judge righteously. And this isn't judging righteously, beloved. If you do the same thing, then you should not be sitting here trying to throw stones. Okay? He's throwing rocks and hiding his hand, sitting there talking about he puts it on the passenger seat. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying. Because what I don't do ever, never have, and never would, because it's crazy, is sit there and film a TikTok or anything else while I'm driving. I don't even like to talk on my phone while I'm driving. Okay, please make it all make sense. He's sitting there talking about he puts his phone in the passenger seat. So that's supposed to make it better? Because you're not literally holding it in your hand. Because it's laying over there. Sir, please get the F out of here, okay? Sit down somewhere.
When you look at the video, her specific video, speaking factually and objectively, you can see her face, meaning if you're using a green screen, the only way to see your face is for the phone to be right here. Meaning, while driving, you literally have a phone in your face. Someone said, oh, she had a holder and she had something. The only way that can happen is if that holder is hanging from the sun visor.
Sir, I heard enough from you. Okay, I heard enough from him. Because, sir, you sitting up there trying to go in hard in the paint, but you the same thing. Nah, we're not listening to you. Okay, we're not listening to you. That's what we're not going to do. Okay, I like his nerve. I mean, it's the contradiction of it all, the hypocrisy of it all for me. Okay, make it all make sense. Let's get ready to talk about these nefarious church pastors. But before we do, let's let Karen have a go at it. Okay, let's let Karen have at it because she's about to go in. Okay, she's about to go in. And she has the other picture. She has a different picture than the one I have. That's why I'm telling y'all, they have two pictures going around, so I don't know which is which. That's why I just showed them both. Either way, someone lost their life. Sad nonetheless.
It's finally happened. Watch this.
I don't know. It was weird. Like, so. Fuck!
Who was that? You okay?
Oh, fuck.
Who was that?
Fuck.
You okay?
So that was a TikToker that goes by the name Tea Time on here. On Monday night, she was on her way home and she was on TikTok live while she was driving. Had a background up so that TikTok couldn't detect the motion. had her children in the back seat of this vehicle, and was paying more attention to the TikTok live than she was the motor vehicle that she was in control of. And she struck and unalived 59-year-old Darian Lucas. Because social media was just so much more important. Yeah. My heart goes out to Darian Lucas's family. I am so very sorry for your loss. Absolutely senseless. Stay off social media while you're driving, guys. It's just not worth it.
Okay, you know, that's always been a problem because I've seen people doing that on TikTok for a while. Okay. And I used to wonder why their videos didn't get taken down. Because some of them, the ones that I saw, they weren't using green screens. That's how I knew what they were doing. Okay. So anyway, they got all kinds of little sneaky tricks, I guess. Now let's talk about these nefarious pastors. Okay. So here's the thing. There is a social experiment that this woman did where she chose to call a myriad of different churches, pretending that she had a baby that needed some formula to see if they would lend her a helping hand, you know, just to buy the formula. She didn't ask them to pay her rent, to pay her car note. She asked if they could help her. And she even had a audio of a crying baby in the back, okay, just to make it all look good. But again, this was a social experiment, and clearly the churches and pastors failed because they didn't want to help. Some of them went in on her, okay? But before we get into that, I got to let you all hear this, what this pastor did, because it was all so nefarious. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now I'm going to use an overlay because I'm not sure if this is also on YouTube.
A crazy video of a pastor telling people if they give $10,000 within 90 seconds, God said he's going to make them a multimillionaire. Sounds crazy, huh? Well, look at it for yourself.
Or my request. And I've not done this in probably 20 years ago. But Lord said, I want to make a multi-millionaire out of someone, but they have to sow $10,000. He said, and they have to do that within 90 seconds.
So God's out here bargaining for blessings and also putting time limits on it, time constraints. Y'all hear this? Ah, y'all hear this? This is a darn shame, okay? This is a darn shame. $10,000 for $1 million, he says. The only way I'd fall for that is if God came down here and told me that himself in person, not from some pastor, all right? A snake oil salesman, no less.
If you're going to do it, get it now, write the check. If you do this, God said, I'm going to make you a multi-millionaire. There's a person in here. You sold that within 90 seconds. It should be less than that. God said, I'm going to show you my face. And I'm going to show you who I am. And for the rest of your days, everywhere the sole of your feet shall trod, you shall possess the land.
Ooh, honey, he's landed on real thick. Y'all hear this? Anywhere the soles of your feet shall trod, he said. This man needs to be struck down by lightning, okay?
And everything kalasupa, and everything your hand shall touch. I need 30 of you to get the $200. The person, if you're going to sow the 10,000, you will bring it up to Pastor Rockmore, Bishop, and you will get your release in Jesus' name. Everyone else, get $200. I want you to do it, women, especially who've had a difficult moment, and get in the center aisle. I will not beg, but I will not stop till there's 30 there as fast as possible.
So
said he won't beg, but I will not stop until there's 30 there as fast as possible. Sir, that's all I hear is begging. Hey, stop. That's all he's been doing since I clicked on the video is begged. Talking about I will not beg. This is the nerve.
God told him that whoever sows $10,000, God is going to show his face to them by making them a multimillionaire. You can't make this stuff up. This is honestly sad. I said it before, I'll say it again. God is not telling these pastors, he's not telling none of them that individuals have thousands of dollars that they're going to give.
Exactly. That man know he's sitting up there telling the whole lie. It's just so sad. It's just so sad the shenanigans that these pulpit pimps are pulling. Okay, it's a crying shame. DJ Big Six said that's why I stopped going to church. Okay, that's why you stopped. That's why I stopped too, honey. It was getting to be too much. Okay, so now here's where they get exposed even more so. This lady, as I said, she was calling different churches saying that she was a single mom, needed help, had a baby crying in the background. It wasn't a real baby, it was an audio, but nonetheless, they didn't know that. And she just wanted to see if they would help her to purchase some formula. And formula doesn't cost that much. So let's see how it all turned out for her. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. I'm gonna start doing some of these social experiments. This is interesting. I like it.
I don't really have any resources to do that right now. The account where I have to give to community members.
No, we don't help with formula at all. Have you talked to anybody like at CCC?
Yeah, I've been calling everywhere all day.
Oh, okay. We are a small church, and as a result, we have limited funds, and so we tend to help those that are part of the church or come to the church. We're going to be there.
Because there's people that are right around you, local.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. We really don't have an estimated time just because we do receive a lot of requests here. Each applicant is different. It could take a couple of days. It could take a couple of weeks. We really just don't have a time frame there.
Okay. You said it would take a couple of days to weeks?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, if approved.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But we don't have formulary.
Now, you know they were all capped talking about it's going to take a couple of days or weeks to get it approved. Why do you need to get it approved? Because formula doesn't cost that much. Okay, so from 1 to 3 months, a newborn. Okay, if you get, let me see here. If you get a monthly supply, it says $25 to $200. Okay, and then as the child gets older, 3 to 5 months, $50 to $300, 6 to 8 months is $40 to $300. They could have given her $30 to get one can. I mean, whatever. But no, they gave her the runaround because they didn't want to help. Okay, please pay attention.
Okay.
I'm really sorry. That's all we have right now.
I haven't ate all day, and I don't know what else to do.
I'm not sure because we don't have cash here, and I'm not in control of finances.
Okay, well, unfortunately, that's all. That's our on our list. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Yep. Have a good one.
All right. You too. Not even other churches.
Yeah. I wish I had something for you, ma'am. I'm very sorry.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay. Well, and we don't have anything either. So I'm sorry. I wish I had something to offer you. Is there any
out since last night? So I don't know what else to do.
I am so sorry. We don't have any here.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is just not it. Because here's the thing. These are people at churches telling this lady no. What I find interesting is that none of them are willing to come out of their own pocket. Do you know, if that were me on the other end of that phone and somebody's talking about they got a baby crying and all of that or whatever, I just give them $30 because what's $30, right? I mean, I would just buy them the formula if the church didn't have it or didn't want to give it to them. But this is all crazy. See, this is how you know that these people are cult-like thinkers. Not all of them, but some of these people are cult-like thinkers because they'll go out of their way. They will not pay their light bills. They will not pay their rent or their mortgage just to save up to give the pastor a very expensive birthday gift or to give their last of their earnings as a donation to the church. But somebody calling with an infant, she told him the baby's 2 months old. And they don't want to give her so much as enough money, $20, $10, $15, didn't offer anything to help her buy formula. And again, some people may say, well, this is just fake anyway. She's lying anyway. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is these are real people and real churches who are supposed to be real Christians who are not doing anything for real. Okay? Please pay attention.
And y'all could get, and I could just pick it up.
No. I don't. Not that I know of. No, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Well, they just sent me to back and forth to people, and then sent me to a voicemail. And get just a can of formula for her, because I mean she's been going without all night and all day, and I don't know what else to do or who to go to.
I understand, but the only food items that we have in the food pantry are non-perishables, but I don't believe they have anything there for infants.
Now she said she was very specific. She said just one can of formula because she hasn't had anything. And you talk about you don't have anything in the pantry except non-perishable food items. Woo, honey, these people are a piece of work.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Can I?
What you mean a baby formula?
Yeah, I have a.
You want somebody?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. Here's the long and short of it. Okay, none of those churches wanted to help her. The churches that finally did help her were African American churches. They were predominantly African American, and a mosque is who helped her. And a mosque. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. And it's really interesting because here's the thing. She was calling churches to see if they would be willing to help people. But you know what? If you ever are in need, who you should really call, go to the bar down the street. Okay, go to the bar down the street. Go to the club and ask somebody sitting at the bar. Ask the patrons at the bar if they could give you a few dollars to buy milk for your child. I bet you'll get money from them quicker than you will from people at church. I guarantee you that. People at church, they'll tell you, oh, I'm going to pray for you. You can pray for yourself. If that's the case. That's their way of not doing anything. Oh, I'll pray for you. But you go to the sinners. Because one thing that I've learned in life is that sinners will help you a whole lot quicker than those who act as though they're just, a gift from God. Who act as though they're so self-righteous or holier than thou. The sinners will help you first. And I want you all to think about the movie Sinners. Think about in the movie Sinners, the guy who was the singer who played the guitar, Preacher Boy. Preacher Boy's father in the church didn't help him. In fact, they kicked him up out of there because they didn't like the music he was playing. Okay? The fact that they didn't like the secular music he was playing was enough for them to turn their back on him and be judgmental and kick him out of the church. Who helped him? Well, the sinners. Okay? The sinners. Smoking stacks. And then after the vampires came and did all the damage and killed all those people and everything, and he barely escaped, it was a sinner who saved him, by the way, his own cousin. But when he went back to the church after all of that, they still didn't welcome him with open arms. They still had conditions. Okay, I want y'all to marinate on that for a second. Okay? Because I thought the church teaches about unconditional love. Not conditions. But the church has a myriad of conditions. Okay, the pastors won't eulogize some of the elders in the church when they pass away if they weren't current on their tithes. Okay, that's how that works. Anyway, they want to officiate your wedding if you're not current on your tithes. All right. So anyway, with that all being said, let's go to what other people had to say about this. Now, here's the video where they say she called 26 churches. 26.
Churches, and 23 of them turned her down. This is what happened to Nicolene. She called 26 churches for help. She pretended to be a desperate mother without baby formula, even playing the sound of a baby crying in the background, begging for help. Some churches gave excuses, some hung up, and others coldly responded, "We don't do that here." But she didn't give up. She made another call, but this time not to a church, to a Muslim mosque. The response was completely different. "Where are you? What kind of formula do you need? Come here, we'll help you." The churches who preach love thy neighbor failed to offer any help in a time of need, while the often misunderstood Muslim community showed what real faith looks like through action. After this experiment, some supported Nicole, believing she exposed the hypocrisy of the religious system. Others criticized her for stirring unnecessary controversy. But no matter where you stand, we all have to ask ourselves, if even those who claim to preach love can't practice it, then where can we find real love? 26 churches.
Okay, where can you find it? Now I want you all to pay attention, because this man that y'all about to hear from is a pastor himself, and he's upset about her little social experiment, and he wasn't shy about voicing his concerns. Okay, this is who's standing in the pulpit come Sunday morning.
Nut is calling churches asking for formula for her baby that she says is starving, and when the churches cannot provide her formula, she blasts them all over social media.
She called your church, didn't she? Just like she has called so many other churches, proving what we all know, that the church.
And he said that when the churches couldn't provide, no, it's not they couldn't, they wouldn't. They literally refused.
Churches and pastors like yourself don't really want to help anybody, just like we all saw with Pastor Thomas Burke.
There's a woman on TikTok who's doing a social experiment where she is calling churches to ask about baby formula to see if.
And it just confirms what we have already known, is that the churches never really want to help anybody. You are a tax exempt institution. What do you think your saved taxes that you don't have to pay should be going for? And now all of you pastors are crashing out because the world is seeing you for exactly who you are. I mean, where does the money go from all the taxes you save each year? Oh yeah, into your pockets maybe? I remember going to church every Sunday and seeing that basket come around with the church expecting you to put money in it. I mean, where does some of that money go? I must have missed the part in the Bible where it said institutions that supposedly teach the teachings of Christ actually turn away hungry children.
This nut is calling churches asking for formula for her baby that she says is starving, and when the churches cannot provide her formula.
He said she blasts them all over social media, sir. I mean, a little kindness wouldn't hurt. Okay, a little kindness wouldn't hurt at all. Right? And matter of fact, it would go a long, long way.
Calling churches and asking for baby formula is, in my opinion, the single best use case for social media that I've ever seen. It is a fantastic idea. How do I see whether a lot of these churches that say they're there for the community and to help the poor, if they put their money where their mouth is? And with the help of a camera and a phone, she has systematically gone and called up churches, and many of them have said, sorry, I know you are asking for baby formula and not money. I can hear a crying baby. I'm not going to help you, or I can't help you, or I'm not authorized to help you. And yet we've seen other community centers step up immediately and say, we will get that sorted for you. And it's a beautiful use case for technology. But what has been the next step is, I've seen now a spreadsheet. People have gone, these are all the churches that didn't help. Here are all the places that did. Here is how you can make a donation to those places. This is pure and beautiful and a really interesting mirror into something that has been made so much more easy to see through the lens of social media. And that is why whenever people, say, oh, there's negatives to social media, I accept that. But there's also some beautiful stories that emerge. Follow me for more legal tips.
Now I want you all to pay attention because this pastor calls her a witch.
And churches are responding after a woman went viral for calling churches asking for baby formula for her starving baby, and most of them turned her down. And what some of them are saying is absolutely wild. One church said what that woman is doing is evil and even compared it to witchcraft. He said this woman is a liar. She is indulging in trickery. She has the spirit of a witch, and if she comes near our church, she will be dealt with swiftly. This church, who also turned her down over the phone, said if a mother in need was at the doors of our church, raise your hand if you would help her. And when a majority of the people raised their hands, he said, that's the only social experiment that I need. And this pastor of another church who also turned her down said that we are not obligated to help in a situation like this. And the only reason the mosque did is because they're obligated to by their faith. He said they get hundreds of scam calls and people wanting money, and they can't prove that she's actually in need. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. And as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
He said they can't prove if she's actually in need. If they told her to come to the church and bring the infant with her, the 2-month-old baby, what more proof do they want? Like, it's just a convenient way of not helping people. I'm sorry. That's all that is. It's just a convenient way of not helping people at the end of the day. So sad.
Come look at this. We had a little situation, and the person who goes around calling churches and putting the voice of a baby crying in the background. And I say, really the person is low.
So she low, but the churches that denied her, was they high? Evidently, you one of the churches she called.
It's a witch.
Wait a minute, I thought this was the church. Y'all believe in witches and shit? What about vampires? Y'all better not believe in goddamn vampires.
And my Bible says he do not allow that thing to live.
Hold on, Pastor. You gonna take her out? You gonna eliminate her? This ain't putting y'all in no better light.
So you have to watch when you fooling with God. I told him I have my scripture. What happened when you mess with the people of God?
Even though it was a social experiment, babies God children too, right? God love the babies.
You taking your life into your own hands.
Why you keep talking like that, Pastor? What you gonna do? Now at one time you say you was gonna pray for her. You keep sounding like you gonna unalive her.
Now they might have a few little TikTok demons came up in here today. Please stay for the rest of the service. Please stay. But you will behave yourself. Because there's not one of them churches you're gonna come and disrupt it. You will be dealt with very, very swiftly. In Jesus' name.
I swear this sermon seemed violent. I didn't see that lady have any extra joy in doing what she was doing. Matter of fact, she didn't even pick the churches. It was people picking the churches, and she got daggum called them. She did a great thing. She did the Lord's work, in my opinion.
Okay, so she had people choosing what churches they wanted her to call. Let's keep going because so far, these people are just shysty.
It's calling the churches to see if they will give formula to her starving baby. Of course, they're not going to give formula to a starving baby. We've been telling y'all this for decades, and I'm so sick of seeing it spin around all over the internet that, oh my God, she's calling, and now we're just now seeing it. It's 2025! We have poor people on the streets! If the churches worked, there would be no hungry or poor people on the streets! God damn! That's the fucking point! Christ is not in the church! Jesus is not in the church! He has never been in the church! He is the one who told you to leave the fucking church! He told you to leave! Oh my God! I'm so sick of explaining this to people. He said you made the lady.
Child, she's madder than Jesus was when he turned over those tables in the temple. All right? She's going in, okay? Greta said Karen is on one. Okay, and April, thank you for being a member, beloved.
That lady calling churches about getting help, she's being so deceitful. Well, if you think she's deceitful, then you must think God's deceitful. Wait, why would that make me think God's deceitful? What do you mean? Well, Hebrews 13:2 says, don't forget to be hospitable, because you never know if you'll be entertaining angels. Do angels need your hospitality? Absolutely not. But God sends them to test, to make sure that you're still being hospitable. Therefore, what this lady's doing is actually God's work. She's calling to make sure that you are still being hospitable, just like God says angels to make sure you're still being hospitable. So if you think this lady's being deceitful, then you must also think God's deceitful, and God is not deceitful. Therefore, this lady's not being deceitful, and she's calling you to a higher standard.
Okay. All right. With that all being said, here's that nefarious pastor that they were talking about in that bathrobe. I hope this is the whole video of him. I tried to find it after I saw the clip.
Scammed all of the time. And so if you think the response to churches saying no to helping baby formula is to tax the churches, we spend $1 trillion a year on our military, on bombing other countries. We are right now bombing fishermen in the ocean. We spend less than 1% of our GDP, less than 1% of our budget on helping poor people, on food aid, on SNAP, on food assistance. So I don't understand why people want to tax the church when that tax money is just going to the military. Churches, the money that is donated to churches as a nonprofit or charity has already been taxed. And I understand that people want people on food assistance, people who need baby formula should get that help. But taxing the churches is not going to do that.
Don't mind me. I'm just a pastor sitting here in my robe with my chest hair out. And I just wanted to comment on this social experiment about the woman calling the churches and mosques to see if they'll donate a can of baby formula. The church is not obligated to help you, okay? Do you have some sort of church blockbuster membership card? Do you attend our weekly book clubs? No. So we are not obligated to help you, okay? Now, at my fundamental church of Jesus's tailbone, we do not help people unless they help us. That's just how it works, and this is a scam. People are scamming the churches for baby formula. They take the baby formula and they sell it for 10 times the price on the dark web. They got people asking for gift cards. This is what's happening. And you guys want to tax the churches? If you tax the churches, I will not be able to get my Rolls Royce. And that is not what's going to happen. So, just log off and go with God. Also want to say thank you to our little keyboard warriors for Christ who continue in their religious psychosis and defend us in the comments.
Yeah, I am so done. April, thank you for being a member for 12 months, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessing. Okay, I find it also interesting. Deuce says churches are giving a lot of donations and funding to help the community. Yeah, they absolutely are giving that money to help the community, but a lot of these pastors instead help themselves. Okay, that's what they do. They help themselves and ride around in Rolls Royces, just like that man said, honey, living in mansions, having private jets and helicopters and all that, while people go hungry. And they wouldn't even buy that lady a bottle or a can of baby formula. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I can see if she said, okay, pay my rent or whatever, and then they said, well, you have to be a member here or whatever, maybe. But baby formula? Honey, I'd buy that for somebody on the streets. Like, that's crazy. That is absolutely egregious. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude the broadcast. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Don't forget to double check, okay? Because y'all know how they be unsubscribing. And I will see you all in the morning with your morning wake-up call. Until next time, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got